Right guys, time for another RLR beer short. For this one we go to Braeside, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Another beer from the wonderful Boatrocker Brewery. This one is Banshee, a barley wine coming in at 11.2% ABV. English style barley wine aged for 12 months in Starward whisky casks. A Victoria based distillery from Port Melbourne. So yeah, this beer is really damn nice actually. It pours this lovely kind of rich, dark, chestnutty colour. Had a lovely head on it when it poured. And this one is awesome. The aroma I could sit and smell all day. The barrel notes that you get out of this beer, the oaky character is just very slightly dry but very smooth. The whiskey itself comes across as being similar to a Speyside whiskey. A little touch of peat, a little bit of nutty and kind of leathery brown sugary character to it, and then a good little bit of grassiness actually, quite a grassy leaning whiskey. So in the base part of the beer you've got these sort of flavours, the woody barrel, the spirit. Above that you get some kind of rye bready bread crust, a lovely sweet rye bread, some wholemeal brown bread in there, then a sort of like sherry soaked raisin bread kind of layer, or maybe like a caramel sponge, kind of somewhere in the middle of those two flavours. There's nutty character coming out of that of course too. You've got a toasty brown sugary layer, a leathery brown sugary layer above that. In the dead centre of your palate you've got a big oily circle which is kind of like caramelly around the edge and more kind of treacle and molasses like in the middle, and you've got a wee bit of like McVitie's digestive biscuit kind of mixing in with all of that there. So yeah, the middle third of your palate in this beer is really where the complexity comes out. The yeasty side of this beer is really nice. Like at its core, it's got that sweet sherry soaked sultana raisin bread kind of character again. Then it's surrounded by a more it's surrounded by more of a kind of sweet rye wholemeal bready character mix, and then yeah, there's just a wee touch of bread crust around the very edge. So the malty and yeasty side of this beer is really nice. The green component, little touch earthy, little bit woody, some floral aromaticity and some grassiness there. The fruity side of this one, you have prunes, dates, sultanas, pears, fig, and kind of blackcurrant in this one. So very English style barley wine with the dry brown sugars and the dry fruits, but I do think there might be a little bit of American or New Zealand cascade in this, which has got that little bit of fruitiness to it. But mouthfeel wise, bottom end of full bodied, smooth carbonation, quite an oily and slick and quite clean feeling barley wine this one. And yeah, the malt base a bit drier underneath, smoother in the middle, and a kind of lovely dry sweetness on top. It doesn't feel like this has had too much of a long warp oil to it though, but maybe that's the barrel having an effect. But yeah, the fruity notes in this one are absolutely lovely. So this is definitely worth trying. The Banshee 2024 vintage, an 11.2% English style barley wine aged for 12 months in Starward whisky casks, also from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Give this one a go and see what you think. Cheers.